Now, fans that either sold their tickets or whatever, all of a sudden an emphasis is starting to get thrown onto the tickets where people believe she will be playing. And that's starting to make the ticket prices go up, up, and up.
It's not just a comeback, it's an economic earthquake. With Caitlin Clark back on the court, ticket prices are rocketing to new heights, and it's sending shockwaves through the league. Courtside seats? You'd have better luck scoring Super Bowl tickets. Fans are crashing resale sites just for a glimpse, and TV viewership is exploding. Her return after injury didn't just spark excitement, it flipped the entire WNBA upside down. Suddenly basketball feels like an epic event, and the fever to see Caitlin live is unlike anything the league's ever seen. It's less sports, more cultural phenomenon, and the numbers prove it.
We have seen all over social media fans saying that they didn't want to watch the games if she wasn't going to be there, they weren't going to watch on television, they weren't going to show up at the arena. This is what one fan said. They said, "Once I found out Caitlin wasn't playing, it didn't make sense for us to fly to Indianapolis. We are Caitlin fans before Fever fans. She's the biggest draw. That's who the girls want to see. That's the whole point of us going to Indy, seeing Caitlin Clark. When she was injured, we thought, let's just postpone until August."
Caitlin Clark isn't just rewriting the playbook, she's rewriting how the entire league does business. Her presence alone is raising ticket prices, boosting TV deals, and setting off a media frenzy that never stops. It's as if every time she steps on the hardwood, the rules and the stakes change. The difference between the WNBA before Caitlin and after is massive. Now, with her in the lineup, everything feels bigger. The crowds, the hype, and the sense that women's basketball is finally breaking through. She's not just making history, she's building a new future for the league, both on the court and everywhere else.
Don't hate the player, hate the game she got, because she's really talented, especially for being Palangi, She's like the Stephen Curry of WNBA with the threes and stuff. Proven fact is, they had a game on June 7th scheduled, it was going to be Angel Reese's team, which plays for Chicago, and then for Caitlin Clark's team. They were supposed to go up there playing Chicago on June 7th. First, the ticket sales were at $76 a ticket. Then after they found out Caitlin Clark's not playing that game, she got injured, sales dropped to $25 a ticket.
The wildest subplot? It's not just the fans who are buzzing. Some WNBA veterans are clearly rattled, throwing shade and trying to downplay the Caitlin Clark effect, but it's impossible to ignore. This isn't about one hot streak or a viral highlight, it's a movement. Even on her off nights, Clark's name fills arenas, pushes merch, and sends social media into overdrive. You'd think the league would rally around this momentum, but instead, the tension is building. Merch sells out, TV ratings soar, and yet some players seem more interested in side-eye than support. The real story? Caitlin is the main character now, and even her haters can't stop the wave she's creating.
So the WNBA says they want to get paid more. They're saying this year they're going to make $1 billion. That's what they're saying, okay? Now that Caitlin Clark is hurt for 2 weeks, did you see ticket prices? Insane. Let me read you the ticket prices. Caitlin Clark absence is having an immediate impact beyond the court. According to data shared by Yahoo Sports via TickPick, prices for 2 specific Indiana Fever away games against the Chicago Sky and the Washington Mystics dropped sharply after Clark was sidelined. Before the injury, the lowest ticket available for Fever's matchup in Chicago was $86. For the game in Washington, fans needed at least $41 to get in. After the news of Clark's absence, those get-in prices fell to $25 from $86 and $14 from $41. What the hell is going on with WNBA that they cannot handle all this attention that they're getting, as well as the hate and anger towards Caitlin Clark?
But here's the kicker. Not everyone's on board. While Caitlin Clark is hauling the WNBA into a new era of hype, some players act like her rise is a personal insult. Instead of opening doors, a handful of vets seem more interested in guarding the gate, throwing subtle shade, dodging questions about Clark's impact, and treating her arrival like she crashed a private party. It's the kind of locker room tension you can feel from the stands. You'd expect the league to lay out the red carpet for the woman single-handedly putting them on the national map, but instead there's this odd vibe, like Clark stole something instead of lifting everyone's game. Behind the scenes, the struggle is real. Embrace the future or cling to the past.
He is now suffering a major injury as Caitlin Clark is going to be out for 2 weeks with a quad injury. And the reason we're bringing this up specifically is the Clarkonomics effect to this. Obviously, players miss time all the time, but The Sky and the Fever were supposed to play in Chicago in about a week on June 7th. The opening ticket price was $86 because you have the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark showdown that is now box office. Yeah, those tickets are now down to $25. Down to $25 after the injury announcement. And it's supposed to take place in the Bulls Arena, the United Center, as opposed to the normal Wintrust Arena. That's about a 12,000 seat difference, give or take.
What's even crazier, Caitlin's magnetism doesn't fade even on quiet nights. The arena is still packed, fans are glued to the warm-ups, and everyone's hoping to catch just one signature moment. She's got a gravity that no one else can touch. Fans travel for hours, scalpers charge record prices, and the crowd erupts if she so much as steps onto the court. Meanwhile, some players spend more energy grumbling on Instagram than adapting to the new normal. It's almost funny. While Clark is out there making triple teams look routine, her biggest crime is being the reason every away game is on national TV. The rookie needs to earn it talk sounds hollow when she's the only reason your family's texting you about the WNBA for the first time in a decade.
Support system, that shouldn't change. I think, Caitlin knows that she has ears and eyes in the locker room, and the support that she has behind, whether it's us or anybody else. I would like to think that she knows it's there, and to really take her time and make sure that she's, well enough to be who she needs to be for us, because I want the 100% Caitlin, so I'll take it.
And when the ball's in her hands, forget it. The circus is in town. Every angle is captured, every pass dissected, and ESPN can't get enough. It's a mix of sports coverage and reality TV, with highlight reels dropping before the final buzzer even sounds. On TikTok and Twitter, debates rage over her defense, her shooting, her legacy, and even her water breaks. Some teammates roll their eyes, but deep down, everyone knows what's up. This is exposure the league has never tasted before. Even her absence is headline news, with tickets trading hands like she's Beyonce about to hit the stage. Through it all, some players whisper about proving herself, but the numbers, the buzz, and the crowds prove it's already done. She's the new standard, and everyone else is just trying to keep up.
Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that. Angel Reese can rebound the basketball. She's a damn good player. She's got a bright future in the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is next level. That's number 2. Number 3, Caitlin Clark's or Angel Reese's popularity in large part is attributed to her behavior towards Caitlin Clark, because when Caitlin Clark was busy taunting opponents a couple of years back before LSU smacked Iowa around in the national championship game or so, it was Angel Reese that was clapping back at Caitlin Clark once it was Caitlin Clark's turn to have her come uppance. And that's what made Angel Reese famous.
Every game night, the air crackles with something new, a strange mix of awe and side-eye that only Caitlin Clark could create. She's not just another name on the roster, she's the spark plug setting the whole league on fire. Sure, the WNBA's got icons who've laid the foundation, but Clark is the first in a long time to make basketball feel like the hottest ticket in town. Her influence stretches beyond the box score. She makes highlight reels and headline drama out of simple drives, and even her stumbles get more attention than most players' best nights. She might miss a shot or lose the ball, but every move becomes a trending topic. Instead of trying to teach her a lesson, the league would be smart to bottle up this energy and let it lift everyone higher, because right now she's the best commercial the WNBA has ever had.
The Caitlin Clark effect has been a net positive for the WNBA and all of its teams, but the star guard expected to miss a minimum of 2 weeks. The league will see the flip side of her impact, and there are already initial data points. This is front office sports, no conspiracies, no BS from them.
Here's the twist. Fans who never watched a single WNBA quarter are suddenly glued to their screens, and it's mostly because of Clark. But as new followers pile in, it's hard not to notice some of the old guard clutching their status tighter than a championship trophy. Some players and personalities seem threatened, tossing out cryptic tweets and cold shoulders, as if Clark's presence is stealing their spotlight. It's wild, because the solution is obvious. Use the attention she brings to shine a light on every corner of the league. Instead, old school gatekeeping and ego wars threaten to waste the biggest opportunity women's basketball has ever had. This moment could turn into a launchpad for everyone if the league stops treating change like an opponent.
Crazy was this season versus the seasons past.
Our jersey sales were up 1,193%. The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and we're thrilled about it. But it brought visibility to the whole team of the Fever and to the WNBA. But if we just want to keep it in Indiana, you know, we look at ticket sales sold out every night, over 17,000 fans in our games at home. When Caitlin announced that she was coming out into the draft on a Thursday afternoon, from that time to Sunday night, we had over 6,000 phone calls, people wanting to buy season tickets. But even something as simple as our terrific mascot, Freddie Fever, his appearance requests went up 150% this season. So you talk about the Fever, the team, which is what we've been working on.
Everything about a WNBA game feels different now. There's a new charge in the building, and everyone knows the real reason. Before tip-off, the crowd roars just to see Clark jog onto the court. She's changed the meaning of star power. Even her warm-ups look like a major event. Still, while fans are eating it up, league leadership seems eager to take a bow, as if slick PowerPoints and PR campaigns brought the crowds pouring in. The truth is, it's Clark's electric vibe turning sleepy arenas into madhouses. The league's brass can spin it all they want, but deep down, everyone knows this is Caitlin's world, and the rest are just lucky to orbit around her glow.
It's like that. Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA, the team owners, the Players Association, in the split of an instance, all of it can change. In a split instance, all of it can change. If this injury does anything, it should be a wake-up call to the WNBA, the Players Association, the team owners, that just like that, all this fanfare, all this interest, all this newfound attention on the league can disappear overnight.
Try this experiment. Imagine the WNBA without Caitlin Clark for even a week. Instantly, the buzz evaporates. Games that felt like championship bouts suddenly sound like open gym at a sleepy high school. TV networks move on, crowd shots look empty, and ticket resellers are left holding the bag. But while all this is happening, the league's top brass is busy delivering speeches, acting as if this transformation is just business as usual, or the result of some clever marketing scheme. The reality? It's Caitlin Clark who's supercharged everything, not a spreadsheet or a branding plan. Without her, the sizzle fizzles and the spotlight drifts somewhere else.
You guys heard me correctly. None other than Kathy Engelbert is singing a different tune this season about Caitlin Clark. Now, we know last year she was talking about all of the other rookies being included in this, making a difference, being able to help contribute to the Big Bang of the WNBA. This time around, she's owing it all to Caitlin Clark. Me personally, I told y'all this at the beginning of the month. The chickens was coming home to roost for the WNBA, because I'm telling you right now, there has been a lot of spooky things going on, and people is tired of it.
If Caitlin Clark called it quits tomorrow, the WNBA would feel the hit like a dropped mic at center court. All the headlines and highlight reels would dry up, and the growth narrative the league is so proud of would be exposed as one player deep. This isn't a carefully choreographed ensemble. Clark is the headliner, the fireworks, and the sold-out sign on the door. If the league was smart, they'd be protecting her like she was the crown jewels, bubble wrapping her between games, and assigning a security detail every night. Instead, she's taking more bumps and bruises than a rookie at roller derby, while everyone else tries to ride the wave she created.
Kathy Engelbert, in her naivete or in her delusion, she takes credit for it. Instead of saying it's because of Caitlin Clark, instead of saying it's because of the person from Iowa, instead of saying it was because of her, Kathy says, oh, it's all me. My strategy, my plan, my 3 pillars. In this entire article, Kathy Engelbert mentions Caitlin Clark's name 2, maybe 3 times. Angel Reese's name once. Cameron Briggs' name once. Let's get right into it, because this article, from start to finish, is disgusting.
Here's a wild thought. Maybe treat your star like an actual superstar. Right now, Clark is powering a financial windfall, driving ticket prices to record heights, and making the WNBA must-see TV. Yet the silence from the league's leadership is deafening every time she gets hammered in the paint. Instead of sending out statements or giving her the Michael Jordan treatment, officials act like nothing's out of the ordinary. Meanwhile, she's out there taking hits that would have most players on the injury list. This is her LeBron, Serena, and Steph moment all rolled into one, and the league's still running things like it's just another Tuesday. The clock's ticking. Protect the franchise, or risk seeing the whole show grind to a halt.
It just ends their chances. and it diminishes the interest in the WNBA as a whole. If we're being like, more than diminishes, is a devastating blow to the interest in the WNBA as a whole, due to the magnetism and the Clark effect. They were saying cautious approach before. Hopefully this is a proactive approach that will allow her to be more active and even more effective later in the year.
And through all this, some players are out there throwing shade instead of gratitude. Instead of realizing they're collecting bigger checks and playing in front of actual crowds because of Clark's stardom, they're making every game look like a scene from a 90s rivalry brawl. The truth, Clark doesn't need a reality check. She needs a standing ovation. Give her the star treatment, pump her highlight reel before every game, make the no contact rule official, and put her name on a trophy. The WNBA isn't just riding a wave, it's riding the Caitlin Clark era, and it's high time everyone stopped pretending otherwise. Without her, this season would barely cause a ripple, but with her, it's a movement nobody can ignore.